I'm gonna treat this backtest session like it would determine my whole career. Seriously. Like, this is up to if I'm profitable or if I'm not profitable yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna determine like that. I'm already done made. I don't need to make a new session. Frick that. Do I? I do. Like, I have 25 different sessions, bro. Jeez, Louise. Ready for some love, a new edition. Probably set the sign. I don't need to make a new session. I'm gonna treat it like it's the most serious thing ever. BTW. 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 BRB. Alright, obviously, I think we're going down to hair, but ideally, I would definitely want to see a reaction from Z level right here. And if we can get a reaction from that, after sweeping out this, let's calm down, guys. Let's sweep on this liquidity. That's what I'm definitely looking for. But that's a lending session. I don't trade lending, so I'm still gonna watch, but still. Ready for love, the new edition. Now you see, this is perfect. Low resistance highs. Might bring a buy model. We have small imbalance there. Alright, we should build that. That's better. So for me, if we can get an inverse, in here, I'm definitely going to take it to the high. I don't trade Asia though. London though. Actually, I wouldn't do that because now this is justified as nice liquidity, so we can go and continue lower if we want to. But definitely not gonna take that unless we make this a breaker. 1, 2, 3. Let me make this last up close candle bigger, then I'll take. If we don't, we just continue down, creating low resistance liquidity. Who? Tell me who needs autoflow? Just respect it. Just respect it. The CEO of that. Anyway, new session. Ready for love, the new edition. Told you I gotta take it serious, man. I like the most discounts of discounts, the most premium of the premium, boy. Based off the thing about this right here, my bias is pretty much, I don't really have a bias, but talking about my key levels, I'm gonna go ahead and mark up. I think price can go. It's using this as some support, honestly. And they're respecting the wick on a daily basis. On a daily basis. I'm kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. I get cold every time I practice. Because all the energy just left my muscles and stuff and went straight to the brain. Straight to the brain. Alright, guys, we need all this energy. Send it to the brain. Send it to the brain. Warm myself up. I wasn't cold before this. only thing I can really sit here and claim is that's a wick. We did sweep liquidity within create SMT as well. So I mean, I think my obvious thing here is we have Asia and London high, but we also have this inbound right here with some sort of low resistance, but at the same time we have these equal highs up there. So it's like I could see doing this. I can also see it maybe, you know, going down to sell side. I wanted to do something like one of those things. That's ideally, like, because why? This is equal lows, this is equal highs. I wanted to, and it's in a good spot to either go up higher or go lower. Or we can stall, consolidate. What's the news looking like? No news, and we have a lot of news tomorrow. So, should I wait for the new week or something? This is Friday. Let's probably go to Monday. Go to Monday. Realistically, if we don't get out this chart, I mean, let's just say if we get some volume coming from here, I would like to see volume from here. Just in case that volume does decide to kick in, I'm placing stops. Just in case. I think that's a good spot for me to buy. Tagged in. Alright, it's starting to go up higher. Could have just flopped down and just say F you. Why would you even decide to take this? It could. But that's exactly why I manage my risk. Can I do it? No, can't. Guess I'm just had to manage it. Alright. Manage close it. Oh my gosh. It was on the freaking whatever. I didn't even know that. See them wicks? Last time. Oh, look at that. And, oh yeah, it was that thing right there. So you can say maybe we have 4. No, I mean, don't think it's the drugs talking, but can I do that? Right? What time is it? Yeah, I mean, the time was just off, basically. So I can close it, go about my day with that one. The reason why I'm doing that is because the session is just gone. If I'm waiting for something, I'm waiting for the next session, or I wanted to see it expand. But since I didn't get that opportunity to expand, I'm not gonna be here. It's just trying to wait. And you know my love is real, but I can love you. Dang, stop loss. Then I'm really off, I guess. And you know my love is real, but I can love again. I can love you. I can love you better this weekend. And you know my love is real, but I would not do that actually. That can be so bad. It's not even funny. If anything, I would rather much place a limit order right there. But that in itself can be terrible. So why do I say that? Because and you know my love is real. 6 too low right there. And that would. I know that can be a terrible level to buy at. And price can probably just flop down from here, so I can love you better next weekend. And we got nice low resistance wicks. I'm liking these wicks. Liking the wicks. We can sweep, that's fine. I just don't want to see it expand because then that's gonna go with my buys I was currently trying. Hello? Bro. Don't do that, bro. Like, I owe you some money, bro. I don't owe you shit, man. Anyway. Well, if it is gonna go to my eyes, guess what I'm doing? Guess what I'm waiting for? Fair value gap. Got fair value gap. And I'm waiting for that expansion right past there. And I'm definitely looking at that breakout for a nice continuation. So it did what I was already anticipating, but not by the wick. Did it by the credit sweep, which is fine. Fine. Hey, my love is real, boy, I can love you. I can love you, this is some low resistance. Then again, check again, you know what I'm saying? Then again, check again. See, yeah, that looks great for me. Time is it? 10:40. Refuse to tap the CD. Tap it now. Now we have some devil's mark right there. Do we invert GG? We do have an invert GG. And then from would I take this? If my profitability depended on this one, would I take this? I'm thinking too much. That's number one. We just had this huge down close, and I'm automatically looking at this high and this high, and I'm thinking to myself that if it were to punish me, guess what it would do? It will fail to take out this high. This is adding this up close, water block, and it'll continue lower. Water blocks are green. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, we get that expansion right past it. That's good news. So now I can take my buy from there at a 1-to-1. Would this stop me out? I don't think it would. I think this is completely going right past there. Why? Because I'm induced, because we closed right past that. Going on a 1. Still 30 seconds to the 1. So if I get stopped out, would I say that I should have not taken that because I was already down there? No. I think my confidence within the trade increased, but then again, it isn't for right already. I am aiming for a devil's mark. Could get wicked. So because of that, I will definitely break even right at this point. Copy. If that even hits break even, gosh dang, it might not. Actually, I'm thinking too much. That could F me up. 5 minutes. 5 minutes looks like the volume is kicked in. Crazy. Ooh, I like it. It's a nice 50-50. I just don't like my stop loss placement. If my stop loss placement was here, that would be nice. But it's not there, so I gotta pick my struggle. This is baloney. That's all I gotta say. Copy price. Boom. Break even. Price. I say this is a serious backtest. Why am I sitting here taking this long? There's gonna be many more opportunities. I mean, it's a nice sell side sweep. Okay, let's read it again. Sell side sweep. Wick reaction. So sell side sweep. Right off a wick. Tap the wick. Expanded higher. Inversion. I mean IFG inversion. What entry could you get here? I think I'm able to get a better entry. I need your forgiveness and your mercy too. I must be all kind of crazy for what I've done to you. I hope you understand that my heart is true. Baby, I'm so sorry for hurting you. Okay, so that 1 minute didn't close above that. That's looking like it could be bearish to the... I'll hope it's bearish to the low. That's what I'll take. Alright, it hit TV. We did it. Disgusting. I need your forgiveness and your mercies too. I'd rather look for a sell than a buy here. This is my personal preference. I must be all kind of crazy for what I've done to you. I hope you understand that my heart is true. Mistakes I made them, but I'm making change for you. Have I heard is your question? To my answer I have. But if you're respecting perfection, then we're not gonna last. This is not an excuse. I'm just telling the truth. Baby, I'm so sorry. Oh, I want to see volume just punch past there. My personal opinion. Nani? Efforts replay, bro. Actually, you are something else. Now, I'm gonna do to take that, but if it were to sell, I'm definitely You think it could do that? I don't think it could do that. You think? Nah, it could do that. Fuck. Nah, it's definitely not though. Nah, I'm scared with this one. I would like to see this complete volume. I definitely would do an auto break even. Auto break even. Right here. Copy price. I just want to see a lot of volume kick in. Like a lot of expansion, a lot of volume in that bit. Now I want to take this though because I see stuff is serious backtest here. Serious backtest. If you took this, would you ever expand it past? Like I did this one, I see that devil's mark. Don't want to see anything else. So I think here I would just I want to take this. think I'll low risk hair, add hair. So low risk hair, break even hair, also add in hair. And that's like a small thing. So entry hair, break even hair. No, fuck you. I'm not thinking this much. Inversion. Do we get a respect of that inversion? What do? Do we tap this wig to continue down? Or the top wig? It's 11. 11 is not terrible. Alright, man. Oh. Quite literally for you. But I took it now, man. Shoot man, I don't know, man. The time was just off, so like, that's just not something. That's literally just not something I would at all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, timing's off. Not something I really I'm hoping for. You know, that's not. I wouldn't hope for something like that. Need something cleaner. Maybe I should, but this is gold though. What it did here was tap here, sweep, and then we came back down to this breaker. It started to go up higher. It didn't fill to retrace. From here, this wig held CE inversion. So we didn't whatever. So I'm definitely gonna mark that up. Bam. Make this black, I guess. Bam, bam. My fault. Bam. My fault again. Bam. Alright, bro. I know it's control. This thing is so weird. Alright, calm down. Alright, just calm down, bro. That's what replay. Close down. There's not much I can say other than just like close it down, man. This is outrageous. There's been a lot of glitches going on. I'm playing. Don't close it, but gosh dang, like y'all gotta work, bro. Cause I don't know why I have to fight this thing to try to place a line on my screen, but it's whatever. Just trying to show you how narrow this is. Trying to get my brain to see the narrowness. That's within this stuff. To you, I hope you understand that my heart is true. Baby, I'm so sorry for hurting you. I mean, I'm just trying to knock my, you know what I'm saying? You know I got to, Beth. It's too many. I don't think. For red color, I don't know. Baby, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm ashamed of me. I wish I never did you wrong. Every night I was so dreaming that I wake up in. Wish I could say sorry, or would you come back home? Hey baby, I was dying if you do it, so I wouldn't have to be. If I knew then what I knew, everything would be. So like it's like a V shape. So down, we have up, seeking out buy side liquidity. Let's move you to the front. You're gonna buy side liquidity. Devil's mark. Agreed. Nigga, ain't nothing to agree with. That's basically what he said. Ain't nothing to agree with. Nigga, I don't agree with any of this. I'm just trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I know you wouldn't agree with this. No, he's agreeing to everything. He's open to learn. He's just, I go in the car immediately with somebody, man. Trying to find out their edge. Meaning, bro, he doesn't have anything he sticks to. If no matter if it's price action, it's whatever, it's a certain pattern, he knows better. He knows. He knows. I must be all kind of crazy. What I want. That's what I gotta do. V-shape, boom. Get my brain to understand that joint. Started from there. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team. Yeah. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole teeth here. I just kept it real from the jump. Shout my. What I did about what I did about and you're lies on journey by those fools. This is how narrow a code by model is. It can be a narrow one you are too, but I'm just saying the best market maker buy models or sell models on the EUR are very wider ones. Very wider ones. It really have to be very old low. It cannot be nowhere near recent. For gold, it can be. What I mean by recent is something within the same month, or just something within the same month. You have right here. Look at there. What is this? February. Okay, this is Feb, March. So it's like a 1 month time thing. 1 month in a row for gold for it to expand past and complete the market buy model. For EUR, you will usually need about 2 months. 2 months is wider for it to complete a market buy model. Because gold expands so quickly and so it expands usually, it doesn't need that much time. Like a EUR one is usually something. Okay, perfect. See, this is like an old highs, man. It's still kind of recent, still, but because we created this one, we kind of had this chop right here. We had this chop, and we came down to this old wick. To that old wick, started to expand higher, same old stuff, and then we hit this wick right here. Hit that wick, and it can tear high from there. That's a nice market model type. Saying chop, dispute, expand higher, and then now that's where you can place like, limit orders, type thing. You can put like a limit order right here, type, and you be in this trade, and then it would have got hit almost immediately for a 1-to-1. Went triggered, slightly drawdown, but overall went pretty easily. That's a nice one though. I'm gonna lie to you. That my heart is true. Mistakes I made them, but I'm making change for you. Have I learned is your question, and my answer I have. But if you're expecting perfection, then we're not gonna last. This is not an excuse, I'm just telling the truth. Baby, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm ashamed of me. I wish I never done you wrong. Every night I was a dream that I wake up in you. Wish I could say sorry. Oh, and would you come back home? Hey baby, yeah. I was diamonds can do it, so I wouldn't have to be alone. If I knew then what I knew now, everything would be. I'm not gonna say what I was looking for, and I'm not, because of the simple fact, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Because of the simple fact that I know the stuff could have played out, or could have. It didn't though. It didn't though. It didn't though. It did. It didn't though. It was a nice y'all including. What the? I thought I just clicked that about 2 times now. Ah, right. Delete this. Every night was a dream that I wake up in you all alone. Yeah. Wish I could say sorry. Oh, and would you come back home? Hey baby, yeah. I was diamonds can do it, so I wouldn't have to be alone. If I knew then what I knew now, everything would be. The black culture is so tough. They always know how to sing, bro. White people know how to sing as well, but yeah, white people know how to sing for I ain't gonna lie to you. There's some nice white singing about that, bro. But it's usually the black people that just know how to sing, or no, they just always get caught singing all the time. Black people just don't know how to stop singing. Or humming or something, you know what I'm saying? White people, man, they know how to hit a high note as well, bro. Wouldn't even lie. Some of the best, like, Mary J. Blige, like, she has that, iconic voice, but there's some white people out there that's like, yo, what the frick? What is this? You know what I'm saying? Don't play with me, bro, because I ain't do shit to you, bro. This consolidation is outragey, but I'm making it work off a premium discount off of PD raise. So I need PD rate and anticipation. It's literally it. And to see that quick, alright, I'm anticipating for it to be like a smaller market, maybe 5 mile. That's it. Nothing crazy. Times 10 on it, dog. Gosh. Alright, we good. We good. I ain't take none. Trade model. Whole checklist. It's only been 40 minutes here. Already? Damn. Trade model. Whole checklist. I do PD Ray. There's a wick in this joint. I was diamonds can do it. It's clock. Boom, 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 boom. If I knew then what I knew now. Yeah, women are not safe anymore, though. I wouldn't lie to you. They're not safe no more. It's bad now. Think about it. We have all this AI. All you need, Instagram. If you post on Instagram, you're fucked. All you females. All we need to do is have a picture of your full body. AI. Boom. Not saying I do. But not for real though. Yeah. It's that real, bro. It's that real. People don't need much, bro. This stuff is no longer just an imagination. We have AI, bro. If boys really wanted to. Not really, bro. People are already doing it. Shoot. What am I doing? Time. It's 11 o'clock. It's 11:08. Yeah, and it's like, bro. I wonder how it's gonna be couple decades from now, bro. It's gonna just be AI leaks everywhere. Famous this is her leak body as AI. She can't do nothing about it. And if it's accurate, not accurate, we can tell AI to analyze everything. So It's literally cooked. Her genetics. Typically, she's this culture, so typically they have this like that, and their skin is like that, their skin tone like that, and it's going to be pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. 11 or 8. We're just gonna do 11. It's gonna be pretty accurate. Like how many AIs of Billie Eilish is there? Probably like, I don't know. But yeah, 2025, March 7 on Friday. March. Boom, 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 boom. She gotta be one of the funny people because she's so serious. People that just don't know their cringiness is just funny to me, bro. Like, I don't know. Silas and bro, one of the most funniest. Silas is like type. Like he know he's cringing this, but also like he's actually acting on it. It's like his childhood. Like he had like some classic childhood signatures. It's like always funny to me, bro. So, certain things, bro. Anyway, what am I talking about? Alright, that's journaled. That's journaled. Next day, New York session. Oh no. Okay, we didn't. I was we spent it like all the way to friggin'. You see this chop fest right here? Am I angry with it? Yeah. This is actually like when it's not drawn to anything, it's not showing any sort of size or anything. Bro, here's how I'll play this. Like I said, I gotta use my premium or discount, alright? And to have some sort of participation. Yeah, I'm not looking at this green box right here. I'm not doing it. I don't care for this green box anymore. I can delete it, but being honest with you. I care about intraday. What is price telling me intraday buys? Is it showing signs, the early signs of this wanting to expand somewhere? Or is it showing signs like, alright, we want to stay in this range? And you're going to see by the low resistance it generates. You're going to see it. So if 9-index opens and it's like, yeah, it has some volume, but it's not like, yeah, I'm going to show you. Now, as far as the daily PD raise. I'm not gonna predict too far. I don't like doing that. I'll just mark out my liquidity points. What can possibly be liquidity. And I even keep this marked out just in case we have some low resistance that needs to be taken out. This looks good to me as well. The alignment this alignment right here, that is great. This whole order about that look great to me. Like that. But yeah. So the RPGs and stuff, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna keep it there though. But I don't know why it's not. I don't know. I woke up in Christmas. What up, my big ass man? I'm there. I'm there. So we have sell side, buy side. That's already one. More super norms. Maybe some liquidity. If not, keeping it there. We're playing within this order block right here, which is a clean thingamabob. Oh yeah, so it's shooting on the second. But this price is being controlled by, as of right now, going on here for 30 minutes. We can hit a 30. So that's 30 minutes. Brick here, these lows, 30-minute wick as well, marked up. That's pretty nice. I like that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So since that order block was a 30-minute wick, I like that even more. I love that because it's more prone to for a reaction. Especially if some of the resistance liquidity built up. But let's just say we touch the expand with a lot of volume and we just decide to go down. Guess that's what I'm at here. Right there. I'm just waiting for that. I'm anticipating it for one to get taken out. We're having a nice reaction. That's good. Alright. What I'd like to get food. Could we add, depending on the volume, why are we not liking that? The gap. Something's whack. We are respecting bears pretty early, so pretty harshly. So it's looking whack around these parts, boys. It's looking very whack. I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright, so now volume's kicked in. If we can get a nice candle to go, I'm taking this. I want to see complete volume, so like I definitely want to see. Okay, not right now. Okay, just close that. That's an inverse on that. Resin this here, resin of CD. Oh, the wick, we do have the buy side. So yeah. I mean, when I'm looking at here, shoot. I'm not taking the bullshit. I'm gonna let you know that right now. This is nothing. This has nothing to do with. We are reacting off of this. But then again, I would like to see, since we're already closer here, we're already kind of building it up in my mind. I want to see a flop. I want to see this be manipulation, and then for it to roll over to take out some of that liquidity. Now, if I'm incorrect on that, then what it's gonna do is it's gonna go right up to that buy side, and that's why I'll be waiting pretty quickly, placing my entry at a very nice point. So it'll be I don't know, actually. We did create a 15-minute. I know we didn't. 4 minutes we do. Alright, so this wick is looking like a threat to me. I want to let that be known. This looks like a major threat. Possibly sell down from there. So honestly, I'm just gonna wait. I want to see my bias plays out. 3 minutes not terrible. I don't know. But yeah. Hello. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright, silver. Silver's kind of just going down. Oh yeah, silver's just gone now. Okay, so I think that's a little better. Possibly. We have one up close candle, two up close. This is the last up close candle for that move right there. As you can see, that is currently being respected. And let's put that to the back. Send to the back, please. Jeez, man. Alright, so that volume that just kicked in. We just created SMT with the low. Do we hold that? No, we don't. We're flushing now, possibly. Honestly, I think here is not. This is not terrible, but then again, if we get like something like that, I would like to see that. Ideally. And yeah. It's a 50-50 shot at this point, you know. Serious backtest, Aaron. God's fucking thing, what are you doing? Serious backtest. Connect inverse and just go up higher. From there, yes, it could. But if it's staying bearish, no, you don't like this. I don't like this. Why? 15 minutes just got created. We're not here for that, by the way. What I'd rather enter off of is a volume that comes inside the market. So definitely gonna close this now. I just did that. Son of a bit. We're gonna close that there, and I'm gonna just look for the volume that comes in right after we do this. That's my better entry right there. We do flush. Nope. Stop. Stop orders. Stop orders. That's where we got the fucking stop orders. I got the stop orders. Fake that. Alright, fake that fit right. Yeah, we just got inverse. Now let's see what's going up though. Actually, I'll keep that there. Because if we do, my God, we're gonna flush. More likely. Actually, no, let me take that off. Just gonna forget. This is looking like a chop fest day. I ain't gonna lie to you. Chop fest day. Very choppy. I'm very disappointed with this here. Very much. But that's high time frame. Probably could have got a 1-to-1 from there to there. What's this? Almost 10. 10 o'clock hit. Open low. Are we gonna have a continuation? No. No. Please, one of these have to get taken out though. One of these shots of our side have to get taken out. Am I tripping? Maybe they don't. This day is looking like a freaking. Why? Because my brain is saying we can do this. I mean, that's not even. That's kind of unrealistic for me. It could happen, but not all the way down at least. I want to see one of these buys get taken out, but I don't want to see this one because it's already a C of that fit right gap. So I want to see bearishness can just stay weak. If you know, the market can just stay weak and just try to go down to sell side. Right there. but it's not looking like it can though. So wick. Yeah, it's not looking like it can. So if anything, just from that wick I already have marked up. It's a daily one, which should never take this long just to. Says she like Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, Little Vanilla. That would set this party up. Edition. About to set this party up. Yes it will. Yes it will. Yes it will. Drop a new edition. Alright. Yes it will. Alright, I mean, I'm pretty much done with the day. My brain's already saying, man, frick you. It's not saying like, oh wow, this is an opportunity that's about to come. That's what my brain is not saying that. My brain is saying, this is complete choppy fast. But of course it expands to that buy side, If somebody took this, God bless you. That's what I'm saying. If somebody took this 1 minute IVG, went all the way to the buy side, God bless you. Seriously. Like, okay, now this is an opportunity. I'd rather see this. I'm some volume. If we can start going down from there and saying F you 4 hour. I already had a 15-minute meter rebalance. Yes it will. New edition. Okay, I'm not holding that, but we're gonna hold that one. Ooh. Be prepared. So be prepared, guys. I'll be prepared. Let's not be foolish. I know. I know opportunity when I see opportunity. This is looking like opportunity. It's looking like some opportunity now. Not gonna lie to you. See how I'm gonna close this. It's looking like some opportunity. The close is not the best close, but can I get stopped? It's not the best close for me. Ideally, my best thing would be right here at a 1-to-1, but no, that can probably just stop me out pretty quickly. So I think from here I would definitely just want to see, because we do have a PA signature. I do like that. I don't want to see that. What if I get hit? If it does, I want to see a immediate reaction off that order block. We do have some low resistance to top. I mean, that's formed, but at the same time, honestly, I'm most safe at stop loss being here, and I'll take it down all the way. Yeah. Now, how do I feel about this trash? How do I feel about this shit here? The out thing. Also my phone. Close. Let it go. The wick. The wick is kind of the 4-hour wick. Yes it will. Yes it will. New edition. I'll probably set this party up. Yes it will. Alright. Oh. What is a 15-minute? A 30-minute wick as well. It's pretty small to target. I wouldn't lie to you. We had respect of that 5 minute. It's right there. Right now, I have a low resistance right there. Could this absolutely stop me out? 5 minute, we have nothing. We did have a 5 minute liquidity right there. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm not liking this no more. Alright, whatever. Not liking it. Why? We just took out a 5 minute. Look at there. We just took out this. So now I can open up. They could do something like that. Okay, F you, man. You take it back. And open higher. Nani? There you have it. There's the boy. There you have it. There he is. Okay. Time to be able to do it in 5 minutes. That was pretty cheers. Pretty terrible trade right there. Pretty terrible. But at least I can spot the. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It did exactly what I was anticipating, but there was no entry on that one. 0 entry. It did have that low resistance and us, but. Perfect. Dang. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. One time. One hospital. Oh, tattoo party. I'm getting trolling her. And you know that it's hard to get it off me. Tripping in the earth, feel like it. I could pretend the floor, feel like it. If y'all keep fucking around, then it might be bad for me. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Oh, good hell. All I can think about is your boobies. BRB. Alright, I mean, that's smooth. Y'all say y'all never do this, but I know y'all know. There's no narrative here. I mean, next day I guess. Gosh damn. Yeah, next day. There's no narrative. Let's play it, I guess. Yeah, I mean everything's just now respecting it. Alright. But I still think that work would be something they'll play off of. Tripping in the earth and like it. I could put on the floor like it. Y'all keep offering me money, I might be bad for me. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. But yeah, if they goes in profit, that's so nice. That's good. Profit, I said. All I can think about is your booties. Yeah, I it. Oh, nice. This is nice. This is nice right here. You get that. One more. Ooh. I'm tempted. Yeah, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to take it off that way. Like, damn, bad. And watch that thing flush. Or at least attempt to flush out of it. That's outside. Body. Okay, John. This is looking good. Can you send that back, please? There. That's tough. Anyway. 1 second. Y'all don't understand, bro. Bro. Oh. Tripping in the earth like it. Bro. That did look good to me, I ain't gonna lie to you. Whew, that was good right there. Great. That was great right there. That was good right there. Very good idea and all that stuff. Gosh, man. I need to go. Tripping like it. I can put on the floor like it. Ouch. It's funny, man. That trade really is the most ideal trade I've ever seen in my life. Literally, the most ideal. I'm taking. I seen it was sloping down. You know, this trade was at 12. Real quick. Trapping in the earth like it. I could put 10 on the floor like it. Shook it, me wrongly, I might be bad for me. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. All I can think about is your booty. Alright, me like it's moving. I see y'all never do. Didn't hit it, but that's even better. It's even better. Look at here, watch. Wait, no, not that one. Look at here, look at here, look at here, look at here. Watch. Watch it. Everything. A little Vanita, set this body around. Everything. Yes, it will. She said she likes some Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, Little Anita. That will set this body of mine. Yes, it will. Ain't gonna be. Since you was a Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, Little Anita. That will set this body up. How can Jimmy Fox hear that beat and not say that song's gonna be banging? Ready for sport, New edition. Spice set this party around. Entry. Oh, we're talking about look entry. Says you want some Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, Little Anita, that was at the party, yo. New edition. That was at this party I found. Yes, it will. Ready for the new edition. Probably set the body down. Guess it will. Oh. It exited that expensive phase. I mean that contraction phase. Anyway, get some water. Ready for some love, the new edition. Smoke it up, listen. Smoke it up, listen. Freddie Jackson. Everything, everything. Smoke it up, son. Smoke it up, son. Freddie Jackson. Everything, everything. She was some Marvin Gaye. Luther Vandross. Little Anita. I definitely set this party up. How was this taking my hair though? This foam thing is taking my hair. Type B, you know what I'm saying? So you gonna be, how you gonna be, so you gonna be, how you gonna be, so you gonna be. Since you want some Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, Little Anita. But definitely set this party up, fam. Sit ready for some ball, that new edition. Definitely set this party up, fam. Yes, it will. Oh, that if you kick Chucky mask. Yeah, that's not even Chucky though. That's like so. 2025 March 10th on a Monday. Dang, that TikTok man taking a toll. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I'm really taking a toll, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bruv. Not gonna lie to you, bruv. So I'm really taking one heck of a toll, bruv. Not gonna lie to you, bruv. Smoke it up, son. Smoke it up, son. Freddie Jackson. Everything, everything. Sess, you want some Marvin Gaye? With the van, need it. Definitely set this party up. Ready for the fun, new edition. I set this party up, fam. Yes it will. Oh yes it will. 12. Oh my gosh. I'm only 3 journals in. But yet, this stuff is taking a toll. 2 journals in. I'm only an hour and a half, 2 journals in. You know what I'm saying? I should take a 10-minute break. I should take my break down there. Probably satisfied. Yes it will. Since you want some Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, Little Anita. Definitely set this party up. That's kind of interesting. Sure, it's interesting. Oh, that freaking thing for 14 hours. If I would've took it. Anyway, daily. everything. Smoke it up, son. Get up, son. Yeah, that's how my brain it's PD array. It goes from PD array, and then I look for a John liquidity. If there's no John liquidity that's to that PD array, that PD array is pretty much pointless to me. Realistically, like I look for it, so I identify my PD array, and then I either look on a low time frame or see on the same time frame if there's a draw. If there's no draw, here doesn't count as a PD array to me. So,
and yesterday, so unfortunately I did not trade yesterday here in Dubai. It's going to be actually my first session this week. But yesterday's large sell-off filled the term zero prints that formed on the previous Friday that I tried shorting into. So yesterday's setup wasn't ideal for a day like today because I know the levels that form. As soon as they form, I mark them because the chances of them being revisited are very, very high. Some days in the same session, some days it takes a week or maybe even a month, but they're just important to mark.
Real inefficiency.
Very inefficient because it didn't give a fair chance of one side of the market to trade at. So the market likes to be very efficient.
And you notice that when it reaches this level, you just get aggressive on the level, break and continue, or it's reversal play.
I mainly use it as a target. So if the market, let's just say, gets back above this balanced range, this consolidation range, I would say my line of least resistance, meaning if the market accepts above the 68.95 range, 68.80, that my line of least resistance basically terms that if we can get above this area of significantly high volume, there should be very minimal resistance for the market to then go trade those zero. So it's like a line of least resistance, meaning if the buying is strong above the 68.95s, it should, everything we come down and say we want this to happen, but that's where we observe the order flow around, move up with ease as long as the buying is significant there. So I'll absolutely look for a continuation move if we can accept above 68.95.
Yeah. I agree with you. We have a huge inefficiency of the top. Also, the profile is empty, and there is a lot of void in the middle.
Right.
Today, the news of the CPI pushed the price above on our accumulation area. It's not so smart to trade in a range like we are now, and I don't know if we can consider that non-disclosed. So it's really difficult that they managed to break this level today. If they break, we have a beautiful understanding, and I think today it's a digestion day for the short that we had.
Yeah, maybe the people on Wall Street are taking a long weekend.
Yeah. Also, the 4 minutes before the opening, I'm used to see the price already starting to fight late close in a reasonable range.
Fighting close.
Yeah, it's
just seeing signs of possible range.
If I need to choose a direction from these current order flow setups, I see that the sellers are having less result on my movement. If the CPI got digested on the upside, we have a lot of level to rebalance, so I will choose where this is the level that was marked, but I'm pretty sure that we will not be able to break it. So probably it's a reversal play from that level back into balance. It's not the kind of play that I like, but the bulls are in control on the pre-session. Like the last 3 minutes, and then we see who wins this battle. I like to create my own version of opening range breakouts, so I just create the battle based on big aggression, because the first side to win the battle is the one that squeezes. So it's a good moment to play with a good risk reward, but as of now, I cannot decide where I want to go because they are really close tight inside this range. And from the CPI explosion that we have a lot of level that from profile perspective, they still didn't revisit. I use a lot of the fixed range to see how they are fighting, and I see these aggressive buyers here that didn't go to revisit, and we have a huge delta here.
That's a probability profile?
Yeah, so probably they have unfilled level on this side because there was a big bullish and the movement was explosive. So it's possible that the buyers will get back aggressive when we get to this level. Here, as you can see, we have a huge sell delta, huge buy delta. It's just a mess. Like it's really difficult to have a match here. This area still didn't get broken. They just try to fake the low, and they really like to see the aggression of the participants in the week, because like 700 contracts on Nasdaq, it's really a lot. And seeing that we started movement here, we have a total of 1,250 contracts on notional value of hundreds and hundreds of millions. Without result, this one is typically an accumulation. Right. Yeah. So I have my conservative level, I have my aggressive level, and they expect a squeeze on the upside during the open. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how 1 minute.
It's a big battleground right now. So it's important to have, similar to how I look at the market, levels and observe the price action around the levels. Yeah. You put any influence on levels that formed maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago for revisit?
I was doing this before, but from a data perspective, the most recent order for interaction holds more value for
I would agree.
So like if I need to check a VWAP point of 1 month ago or a profile level of 3 weeks ago is not as important as the battle
right now
I'm watching now, because this is actual order entering the market.
Right. Let's see what happens here.
Let's see if this bull takes control and they squeeze the hell out of these aggressive sellers.
On the S&P as well, we have that aggressive seller stepping in. You see the negative delta and the cumulative delta also building.
Let's see what they do.
I like resetting my depth of market, my volume profile at the market open.
This looks threatening, but it's nowhere near threatening. This is about as simple as
sellers
your
tried
ABCs, bro.
on the same horizontal level to take
It
control.
looks
They
great.
got
Looks
absorbed
like
again.
math,
Now I
and
think they will
you see
try
numbers,
again to
and it's
move.
like,
Going to the
This looks
aggressive
like
delta
easy.
level of conservative buy. Now you can see during the
Like,
opening
in the
you have
market,
swings
at
so
least. I
big
mean, but, like,
that almost
everything is
impossible
most
to
likely
make a good
indicators.
sniper, right? Because
Anticipation
if
is
you
an
are buying, if
indicator,
you are
is one
selling,
of
you
the
get
best
taken out from this week.
indicators.
It's also very important
Buy
to
and
just sit
sell
on your
pressure
hands and just
indicator.
observe and wait for a proper setup and a pattern to appear. It's
Price
The most
action
amount of money is made when
indicator.
you just wait.
alright.
It's all indicators. So all these numbers not telling me
Trading is
if
it's
they're
very
indicating
boring.
something.
It's
Look at
Either
this
higher or
rejection
lower.
on the horizontal level.
horizontal
And
level.
you don't
Okay.
have to find.
Now this
It's not like
rejection
geometry.
holds the sellers absorbed on the bottom and the buyers reloaded. So I expect this to be probably the bottom of the movement. The squeeze will happen when we will get aggressive here. Unfortunately, this is as the opening, otherwise this will be an amazing risk to reward setup. It's not this kind of opening where you have one side controlling. It's more like, let's finish the accumulation. It's directly on the view up.
Yes, directly on VWAP.
Beautiful.
And there's also a massive sell imbalance down here at the low on the ES, the same exact level as the Nasdaq.
Well, look, if I need to choose a direction, I choose buyers.
It's funny
I would agree.
because somebody that probably always done took a J. Oh wait, actually, it's not no 1 minute. This isn't move past it in 1 minute. No.
But that's not a valid reason to place a decision off of.
What's the main confluence that you use for execution framing? Like,
I'm looking for trap participants. I'm looking for traders who are just going to get, in trouble, I guess. They're showing massive aggression towards one side, and if the market moves against them, they're going to have to get out of their trade, causing a bigger domino effect.
yeah.
You as well?
Yeah, this is one of the setup. I also use initiative candles. So when I have a clean win of the battle, that for you it's an aggressive battle, breaking one important level, for me it's a continuation play, because as you were saying, the path of least resistance now it's on the other side.
Right.
So I go to the next level of liquidity.
My best setups are when the next level of liquidity has a very high probability of triggering. If the market breaks, let's just say, a strong level with aggression, and it should move up to the next level with ease, those are my best setups, especially for continuation. But like you said, I don't know if today's really a continuation type of session.
Mm-hmm. You prefer the balance, right?
I prefer reversals and I prefer balance. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Trading education is completely broken. For years,
The trader and it usually reverts always back to the mean. Infrequently is it going to have a trending day, and most frequently it balances.
Yeah, it's just nature. Nasdaq is a little bit different.
Right. Yeah, so right now on the S&P we see at 6860 we see a wall of 663 sellers sitting in 6860. And the market's trying to rally, and we see the buyers really trying to hit it hard and break above this level. So let's watch the
Like
reaction.
the first battle of the session got win by buyers, so I expect that they can challenge this liquidity level. Like, this is really precise. When you have a profile and you have a level, now unfortunately I didn't want to risk slippage, but I noticed that if you get the fixed profile and you have a really strong level, without a doubt, of control of the buyers, this level, because they also reloaded back down, can be a continuation setup. This is what I mean when I say that I prefer directional day, because every time I have a new swing, I can get a fixed profile and I can load in the direction, putting the first position at risk free. So the first position of the day capitalize the second capitalize the third.
It's a domino effect.
Yeah, and when you have a directional day, you make
Like yesterday.
Yeah, like yesterday.
Yeah, so we're having trouble at the 6860 level.
Yeah, they rejected.
They rejected pretty well. What's interesting, and I think the way that you talk about that is so important, is because you're going with the most recent activity in the order flow. So drawing a fixed volume profile is significant, because if the market's moving up and we say that we're seeing strong buyers, the market revisits those buyers like you just saw. Those buyers need to defend price. They don't want the market to come against them, so they're going to reload and defend price and absorb like we just saw.
It's like also if you think about news, no? The most recent release of information, if it's strong information, it's able to move the market stronger, most aggressive, because it's recent. It's an information that you need to price now. The order flow is the same. Like, I will never, if I see aggression of the sellers, I will never go long, because 1 month ago there is one level.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like, I prefer the live interaction battle. They rejected the top at the liquidity level in an amazing way.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting to see it. See, when I trade, I don't really look at the Nasdaq, but sitting next to you and seeing how you're observing the same thing that I'm seeing on the S&P is pretty strong and powerful.
I noticed that also the Nasdaq, it's being more aggressive a lot of times leads the level. So if we have a breakout on the Nasdaq, maybe it takes some minutes before the ES follow-up because it's more liquid, and being more liquid is more slow.
Think about this, right? If you're in the position and you're looking to get into a really large buy position, you're expecting the market to move up, whether it's institutional, whether it's a big bank, whoever, right? Somebody that's looking to buy a big position, if you move the market up and then the market comes back to where you bought price at, you're going to do everything to really support the market.
Yeah.
And other people are going to notice this and also follow the footsteps of you buying as well, which is where the strategy is so powerful.
You use market maker edging mechanics.
Correct.
Sometimes you see big players stepping in at options level, like the put wall, the call wall, and these used in frame with the profile area. Because how I started the week is marking the most sensitive level on the volume profile. I don't know if you use for the long-term logic. Like I like the low volume node. I like when you have clean level of not acceptance of price, because I noticed that when it revisits the low volume node, you have the most aggressive movement of the week. That's how I use long-term analysis.
So you'll mark long-term like deltas and volume profile structure.
Yeah. Oh, we say that it's the most choppy opening we had this week.
Here's the thing, right? Is that we could come up with all this, for me at least, I could come up with all this analysis, see the buyers get absorbed, see the sellers get absorbed. But for me, if it's not at my level of interest, I have little, it's not, my objective is to not catch every single move in the market. I don't look at the market moving down or up as me missing it. I just look at it as me not participating in that move because I have no reason to participate in it. If it's not part of my system and my strategy, I have no business transacting. And I feel like, it's a massive issue with a lot of traders is they plan so much before the market opens.
They have an easy click.
As soon as the market opens, they see it move up, down, I got to get in it because if I don't get in it, I'm going to miss it.
Yeah. This is the reason a lot of people have an edge, but they cannot make the edge work because 90% of the trades they take are not following the edge.
Right.
That's the main problem you see in the industry.
It's harder to sit on your hands and not trade than it is to click the buy or sell button.
The sellers are protecting, but also the buyers on this level, I see that they are really trying their best. You have a liquidity level on the ES.
On ES, I have
only the top. Like
no
the next one is 33, 833 that it just reached.
Yeah, the sellers are really trying here.
They are getting aggressive to break it.
Your deodorant might be letting this grow on your armpit, which is why we made Carpe. A lot of deodorants use fragrance to mask body odor, which is basically the same thing as spraying perfume on your armpits. The problem is it doesn't stop odor at the source. You can think of it as a 3-step process. Step 1, you sweat. Step 2, that sweat keeps bacteria living on your skin. Step 3, that bacteria multiplies, breaks down the sweat, and produces odor. So we build Carpe to attack all 3 steps at once. Here's how.
Smell like BO? Bacteria. Itchy armpits? Bacteria. Irritation, redness? Bacteria.
Most people don't know this, but bacteria can cause every single one of these issues. We were both really sweaty and smelly. We tried everything out there and nothing worked for us.
Turns out, market-leading brands are way more focused on masking odor than actually stopping it at the source. So we decided to make our own solution.
We teamed up with an award-winning dermatologist in Chicago, Dr. Ashish Bhatia, and set out to build something completely different. A deodorant that actually delivers on its promise.
Here's what most people don't know. Naturally occurring botanical ingredients like witch hazel and sage oil can actually kill odor-causing bacteria. Nature figured that out a long time ago.
So we formulated Carpe with both witch hazel and sage oil to help kill those odor-causing bacteria. We added sweat-wicking powders to help keep you dry, and we added cocoa glycerides to nourish and repair your skin.
We call this triple action protection. It stops sweat, kills odor-causing bacteria, and nourishes skin. No parabens, no baking soda, no cheap fragrance masking a problem it was never intended to fix. Speaking of fragrance, walk into any deodorant aisle and look at the scents. They're all the same. Boring.
We spent a lot of money on premium colognes and fragrances only for them to be overpowered by sweat and odor. So we thought, why not solve both problems at once?
Carpe's scents are inspired by premium fragrances from brands like Versace, Le Labo, Creed, Baccarat, and
some other deodorants are fighting odor with fragrance. Carpe is eliminating the source, so the fragrance doesn't have to fight at all.
Carpe kills the bacteria, clears the canvas, and lets the premium scents shine. So when people smell Carpe for the first time, they can't believe it's a deodorant.
I bought it and now I live by it. Never sweating, never smelling, not a worry.
Carpe has changed my life. I've never sweated less in my life.
Every time I've worn sandalwood, a girl says, "Holy, you
smell really good.
People are loving the way Carpe makes them smell, and it's genuinely no surprise because look what it does to the odor-causing bacteria. Carpe kills up to...
Another thing that I like looking for is if the market is trying to bounce and buyers are in control and holding the absorption levels, I like to look for bids to step in, like really large buyers. This is not a good example of it. That continue to support the market because that could be a really large reloading.
This is one. When you say I trade trapped, I also like trapped, but the most high win rate setup is when I see a reload on a sensitive level.
Oh yeah,
Because you can put the stop loss below,
Right.
and it's really high probability that it continues, and you go break even in 2 or 3 candles. So it's
it's nice.
which time frame you like to use, the 1 minute?
On candle chart or like a
Candle.
I go to 1 minute or 5 minute. Just I like seeing the different structure in the market.
You really do the same stuff.
Yeah, I constantly go back and forth.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried range charts?
So my footprint chart that we have on the screen over there, I use a 20 tick range on the ES
Tick
footprint. I like looking at 20 tick footprint and really just absorbing or looking at the shape of the volume distribution and the volume pattern on the footprint chart. And if the market's coming down into, let's just say, a support level, or I like looking for large accumulation at the low of that footprint bar to indicate absorption and accumulation.
Of course. And you like, for example, to watch also the total participation, total volume.
Oh yeah. Think about it. If a lot of volume's coming into the market and there's no movement in the market, that's a sign of absorption and accumulation.
This, for example, it's a reload setup that I have. Right. When you have a clean absorption at a static level in the direction of the main aggression that we have, this is something that I can take. But it's small scalps that don't make sense when you have this volatility because you go to break even too often then and you pay a lot of commission. So what I prefer is to clean this range. At least the beginning of the session range, I prefer to be clean and then take a directional setup. We are going back to your demand.
Yeah, so for me, right, looking at the volume profile, you see how there's just so much volume built here? If we were to add this volume with the volume that we're seeing both in the overnight session and now the intraday session, this just range right here is a little bit of a not a chop fest, but a little bit of too much liquidity for me. I like trading where there's not a lot of liquidity because that is where, in my opinion, a lot of the edge comes from.
Yeah, I agree. This is like fair value for them, so they transact really efficiently there, and you have a choppy phase.
I'm looking, and I'm sure you could agree, looking for inefficiencies in the market, not efficiencies.
Of course.
Yeah.
They are challenging the low of the CPI.
Yeah, so let's see the pre-market lows break here. Personally speaking, I have no business transacting and playing a short position for continuation still above the levels of support.
Because you don't play... When the move already happened, you don't try to chase the price.
I would rather wait for a reload setup, like you just said.
Of course.
So you see here on my screen, there's 2 0 prints. You see at price 68.28. There's no volume on the right side where my cursor's at. There's 75 volume on the bid and 0 on the offer.
Yeah,
and then below that,
1,000 lines in this chart.
27 3/4. There's 18 on the bid
Bro,
and 0 on the offer.
Yeah.
These are what I call 0 prints, and the likelihood of the market revisiting them at some point is pretty high. So now I'll just mark these as levels, and at some point, probably when the pre-market lows break to pick up the liquidity, just be expecting a quick little bounce back up into 68.28.
You are considering leaving on the test on the short?
Potentially using this as a level as a magnet for where the market can revisit it possibly, and I would use this as a target for a long.
But would you not consider maybe to visit after it feels at next liquidity level, or you just it's enough
great
for you?
idea.
For this type of setup specifically, it's mainly just saying that, hey, we have 0 prints on the chart, and the likelihood of them filling is pretty high. The market revisiting
It changes it from like beautiful to like, cause you know you got a lot of beautiful edits with nice piano arpeggios in the back. You know what I'm saying? This is coming like it's a simple thing, like simple. Not like I want to change the direction of my life. Now it's just beauty arpeggios. No. This is the thing I have you be born to classic, simple like direction change instead of. I can rerun to heaven. It's evil from be reward. Like a small realization that's a simple turn, and it just switches a lot.
Significant. So, and kind of what,
Not for me.
right,
Hell,
and that's
dude,
it. That's
I
the
could be
idea.
from home. This is nice, bro.
Now we actually have more 60-20 that formed.
Dip.
Do you see anything significant?
I'm loading now the cash profile that I like to use to frame, because
The cash
if I need to short today, I would like to see the high of the cash revisit. So around the 25,041, shorting the price when it didn't revisit even the POC. It's really chasing, like we were saying, and also we are still in the demand. So chasing the price down in this case, it's not my AAA setup, so I just wait.
Yeah, so the likelihood of now of us filling the zero print, which are right there, we have one at 68.20 on ES,
Yeah.
and then we have another at 68.27. The likelihood of them filling, I mean, the first one just filled. It's just an important level to mark and watch for potential, in this case, long, for the revisit of it, because the chances of the market creating a fair opportunity for the other side to trade at it is very high. So we did just fill the first one at 68.20, and now we're going for the 68.27. So this could have been a fantastic long opportunity.
You trade also on the mean reverting side, like from the...
Yeah. So this is a setup that I would look for a long, and both of them filled right there. Boom. Could have been a good trade, and it happened in 30 seconds, you know? So it's just marking out levels where not one side trades specific volume, marking it, and then looking for a potential mean reversion or a reversal back into those levels, and we just saw that bounce. So we have a lower wick there. I wonder, see if there's anything significant here on the footprint chart as well.
If I need to take a reversal play, I like to take from the rejection of the cash session, the previous cash session.
Close?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Look at this, right at the low of the day. On the footprint chart, 335 positive dollars. At the low. aggressive buying, stepping in and putting the brakes on the move down.
This
Right
is
here.
the same trick, like it's the initiative candle. When you have delta, price, coherence with a lot of aggression, I think it's also unbalanced.
Look at that. Inside the level of interest.
He said you can't have a 75% win rate in a 1-2. Blaze is doing it. I don't know if he definitely don't got a 75. Yeah, he might. He definitely got higher than him though. So.
Futures traders, it's time to hear about Apex Trader Funding, the largest futures firm in the industry. They have completely changed the game with their new evaluation. So far, they've already paid out.
True.
Now, the other thing, I think
The valid confirmation. When I have my 3 pillars appear in alignment, that's when a good setup that, needs to have risk put on. But that's a nice balance. I wonder on the NASDAQ, is there anything significant at the low that means?
So now they are revisiting the value area low, and this is a level because if the value area low gets rejected, you have the mean reverting setup, and we just rejected from the demand of the CPI. So now I'm considering that the cash session didn't got accepted in the first minute, and usually I watch the first 15 minutes to 30 minutes of rebalance. I can consider a long setup in this case, but I don't want to buy the top. I want to see a little bit of rebalance on this one.
Acceptance.
Yeah. I want to see if it mark above the 24,700, and I usually use the deep trades at the bottom of the Nasdaq. Was amazing. You have a clean aggression and absorption at the bottom, and a lot of contract to be Nasdaq.
Eagle eyes.
So you always trade on horizontal area, but never momentum. Like you never trade trend following explosion. Look at this movement. Crazy.
I got a little FOMO, I can't lie here.
That's not easy. You entered.
No.
That's not easy to monetize.
It happened in 30 seconds. So, if you look at the low, significant buying volume at the low.
Yeah.
With the zero prints there, makes it the cherry on the top. It's a V-shaped reversal. It could get pretty aggressive if it continues.
They are getting to the liquidity level.
Yeah, 68.60.
The problem with this is that I don't have any confluence to add because it only made explosion aggression one after the other, and my risk to reward is not enough because I need where I cover below the V shape. So it's
It's like you should enter, bro.
also I like to use the speed of tape.
Oh yeah.
You use it?
I don't look at a formal indicator for the speed of the tape. I mainly watch the depth of market for the speed.
Okay.
It's a massive indication for me.
Massive.
Like in the reversal candle, you can see the speed of tape building. You can see how they are getting more and more aggressive, and you can see that for the first time now buyers are getting rejected,
Nigga, how
and the
many
sellers are in control.
indicators you need for
Like
buying selling
the
pressure?
week is giving you a frame
Like
to
it's
say
telling the same
this
stuff with
candle
just in different colors
so only aggressive buyers and never saw any trades.
perspectives.
Wow.
So they only bought
Buyer stepped
aggressively.
in horizontally. Buyer stepped in vertically. Buyer stepped in motherfucking like, oh my gosh, how many colors
They
you need?
never let the price retrace. Right. This one is a potential continuation,
Just for
and I can
40%
consider
win rate.
holding the first setup here.
I respect it.
Just waiting for this candle to close.
Why does it actually look like he's missing out? You look like he's so mad.
You didn't even came to retrace, just an explosion. Like when this one I go 1 to 2, 1 to 3, and I take the momentum phase. If it comes back in the candle and I see another absorption, I will consider loading. There is here on the long side. Sellers stuck in the middle. Okay, so let's say that this candle closed full green, and they had sellers absorbed, like the buyer.
In Gaza, a hot meal is not just food. It's relief after a long day of fear. It's a mother finally able to...
When sellers come in the middle of the wick,
Yeah,
and it's a 1 minute chart.
519 absorption. I can consider loading. This is a 1 minute chart, yeah. It's a new level of skill, trading and explaining what you are doing while watching at the camera.
For Italian, we could do that, right?
Missing out.
Olive oil in
So
the
it's
veins.
water, panicking, fake laughs and giggles. Like, y'all should hop
We
in.
are failing. I need to weight them. The absorption of the 520 contracts of the top would have been amazing for a continuation setup, but they got rewarded, so they are going to visit.
So you were looking for the market to bounce for these potential passive buyers to support.
I saw this revisit, no? They loaded another 590 on Nasdaq. It's a huge amount of
Huge.
Okay, if they reject this and the candle close here, okay, I can load one contract here and one contract here with the stop loss below this one and capitalize on the squeeze momentum.
Oh, look at the sellers really stepping in now.
Yeah, I want to see the speed of tape here.
Now, would you draw a volume profile for that?
You got that's exactly what I was doing next.
So on my screen, I have a CVP column, and this shows me the volume profile specifically for the specific move that I'm watching.
Yeah.
You know.
You see this one, why I will not consider. It's really empty.
Right. It's pretty.
The buyers got on the top, so they got absorbed, and you have aggressive sellers protecting the level. So I don't think we will stop here. I think we can have another. So the continuation setup of the sellers as of now, because this is dynamic. Also, buyers can get really aggressively in one candle and it print the delta level where I want to reload.
I would normally look for a low volume node here, but even on ES, there's nothing significant on the rally out.
It's only buyers.
Yeah.
There is no low volume node. There is only high volume node of buyers.
The best setup that I saw was the zero prince filling on the deep charts. I mean, that would have been what's the risk to reward on that?
It's crazy, and you have aggressive sellers stop on the bottom, so it's like this is the trap.
Yeah, but it happens so
it's
fast.
1 to 2.35 risk to reward. But it depends if you enter at the close of the candle or in the middle.
So for me, I don't wait for a close of a candle. For me, that tells me not much information. You see something.
I was like, when you are live, you want to execute to make people happy.
Yeah.
The problem is that I need a level and I need a clean battle between buyers and sellers, and I want to be in the direction of the winner. As of now, I have sell aggression with buy absorption, so I have mixed information, and we are going to revisit the origin of the move.
The selling is really trying here.
Yeah, they are trying their best. See the speed of tape. The value area low of the cash session got already rejected, and it's...
So for me, this is a potential reversal, a bounce here. So the market is breaking under this little consolidation range right here. And as we tried to break, I mean, looking at the tape right here, at 952, we tried so hard.
I see the same from the...
Look at the bounce,
From the aggressive sell, and also the speed of tape. They are loading the speed that buyers used to load.
Yeah, this would have been a nice...
I will consider this one,
See, for me, that's too late to enter now.
No, not now, Not now. I mean, covering myself above the big absorption and loading 2 levels of entry. The first one,
wow, so
it's at the breakout of the range, because this one is like if you have a small balancer,
Okay.
And sometimes when you have momentum, I get 2 contracts filled and then I explode, and I'm really fast in loading other contract when it goes. Or if the setup fail, it's possible that I see this rejection, it brings me back into profit. Okay, so now we go up again, and I have time. For example, this is a failed auction for me. Okay, so I need to cover my risk as fast as possible.
Right.
So if we go above here, and it gives me the opportunity, I will close the position to mitigate the total risk of the setup.
It looks good.
Yeah, I closed because this rejection, for me, it's a sign, and I stole $400 for the market. If we manage to break the stop, and I have a continuation of the reload, I want to see population of...
Did he just say $400? People don't know the game of trading. Ain't nothing.
on the way up. That's it. That's it. They are getting aggressive now. So if this is coherent with the speed of tape, a momentum setup is another one that I can load. How do you see it?
For me, the entry was when the balance range broke.
This one.
Yeah.
You just enter, for example, the choice that I take of putting my risk at 0 with this absorption of the top was really smart, because I would have give $1,000 to the market without a reason. Also, I categorize the coherence of the absorption of the speed. So for example, let's say that this candle, you see these aggressive buyers now entering really fast. If this candle closed with a big wick and buyers at the top absorbed, is more strong than a simple absorption.
We're gonna probably go break the high a day here.
I could just do that out there.
Yeah, buyers were absorbed. Aggressive buying stepped in after.
How is it looking? Yes, already on the liquidity level.
Yeah, so similar how you marked that balance range, to me I consider this market structure demand. This to me is signs of accumulation and absorption here.
So your setup was break and test on, or directly buy limit? Like when you break it, you are into.
As soon as so here we see the balance, right?
Yeah.
We see the market making this balance. If I go here, tools, and if I put a horizontal line here, we have the balance range. The market broke the balance range, right there.
Yeah.
And as it broke in real time, it looked like the sellers were really, really coming in and aggressive. And if you look at the delta here,
A lot of passive
was
absorption.
massive absorption. And then this bar closed near the high on the 20 tick range. And these sellers got absorbed and the buyers aggressively stepped in. Watch the next bar. Next bar, aggressive buying. Next bar, aggressive buying. Really aggressive buying. And this was the setup down here because this offers the least amount of risk here. Might be the lowest probability, but the least amount of risk for the highest amount of reward.
Yeah, I love it. Unfortunately, you need to be crazy.
You gotta be like this. Yeah.
To
Bouncing back and forth between applications, you know?
sellers took a crazy control back on this.
So now we're retesting that balance low right here.
That's the point. And now I see buyers absorb, like sellers going down in absorption of the buyers.
Right.
I really like it. Let me see if I can play a little bit with this one. Now my top setup will be the balance goes broken on the downside. The speed of tape is there. I have already absorption. If I go up and I see absorption of the buyers on this candle,
This could be a liquidity trap. Pick up liquidity, bring it down.
Yeah.
For somebody to buy. Especially when the 1 minute candle looks like that. You know. Yeah, we're testing the balance low here. Massive volume coming in.
now you watch also horizontal volume.
Oh yeah. And I'll sometimes pull up the cumulative delta.
You use sometimes the relationship between volume and movement of price to understand how much result they had with a certain effort.
Yeah, so massive effort with no result and no reward is a good reversal signal.
We do almost the same stuff, probably.
But they look like it. And Guardians of the Galaxy in the background. Like,
Maybe you're my brother from another mother.
Who knows?
So now we're
they were
reclaiming back into the
Anakin
balance. Let's see if
and
this holds.
Obi-Wan used to stay at, bro. Like, okay. But really something.
Pretty chop before an opening.
Yeah, so the first 30 minutes for me, first 30 minutes to an hour kind of sets the tone for the day.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. The problem is that they didn't set a clear tone, because buyers absorbed at the top, sellers absorbed at the bottom. We are still in the same range where we open. So also for model like the opening range breakout or the IVB, today there was no setup as of now. This is your favorite market scenario, the balance. Take the ping pong.
If there was a level of interest, for me, my low volume node at 6830, because of how deep we moved into it, is done. It's done, right? The best setup that I saw, which I hesitated to execute on, was when the pre-market lows broke. We had the zero prints that formed, and the massive absorption at the low.
Yeah, this one.
Massive absorption. It's a A plus perfect setup.
And really low risk.
Very low risk.
You take
Very
the
low
risk.
risk.
The only fear I have on this setup is being slipped. If you have a huge aggression, maybe they stole some ticks because you get filled lower than your original stop loss.
Right. Well, in the Nasdaq, it's very possible. The ES, because it's a little different, you know. For you to,
We have different risks.
yeah, there's more slippage in the Nasdaq, especially with larger size. I mean, right now with the volatility on ES, the book thickness is between like 40, 50 contracts. So if you have to market order 20 contracts in, it's not going to make a huge difference, you know. But Nasdaq, I don't know how thick the book is. You know, market ordering 10 contracts, let's just say. Look at this. What's going on?
Let me plot the speed of tape.
I got to use the speed of tape on deep chart.
It's really powerful. Like, if you have coherence of speed of the aggression on a sensitive level, it's an amazing trigger.
Yeah.
It's really an amazing trigger. Buyers looking really aggressively on this one.
Was there data or news at 10 a.m.? Because that happened right at 10 a.m.
I don't think so. Did you start it immediately with order flow, or you had a price action moment in your career?
No, with futures, order flow immediately. So I have a little family background on Wall Street, and
Nice.
they don't look at candles for short-term trading. You know, they don't look at candles at all.
They don't look at algorithm.
They love ICT on Wall Street. That's their best friend
Let's take a break for a minute there, guys, because I want to tell you about an incredible.
on Wall Street. You know, they don't look at candles at all.
They don't look at algorithm.
They love ICT for short-term trading. You know, they don't look at candles at all.
They don't look at algorithm.
They love ICT on Wall Street. That's their best friend.
Let's take a break for a minute there, guys, because I want to tell you to a trader, a little trader, actually, not making easy, letting them bread the trades.
Markets. You walk into their office, you see 30 depth of markets on one side. You don't see anything else.
Yeah, I know. They work with data. They cannot have a discretionary view based on let's guess what there is inside a candle.
Correct. But everybody needs to have some sort of discretion with a systematic approach, right? I mean, you have patterns that you look for.
Yeah.
It's a systematic approach to it.
And it's not, it's not discretionary at all because the pattern are backtested over a
Right,
large
correct,
amount of
correct.
rate. But also with price action and candle, I find
It is very discretionary. You can't say it's not discretionary because of my data. It's, you got discretion because of your data. The data is not built. Nah, like, it's not discretionary because of my backed up data. Right. But then again, in a live market, you don't have an AI saying, this looks like this trading. Your brain, your discretion is saying that. So,
some really good. For example, one is the opening range.
said it's not discretion because of my data. It doesn't take, because your data just doesn't take away that it's not discretion. You know, discretion does not mean I'm guessing. Discretion just means to have a sync with the market. You can be based off data.
Like
You can be based
the
off
breakout
whatever,
of the candle of the first
It's a
15
form of
minutes
sync-
of the session is have a
synchronicity.
really smooth equity curve, but then you need to add on top of it some timing tools.
I always think about, before I take a trade, if I can't tell myself the trade that I'm taking and I can't give it a label, or I can't say, okay, this is a zero print trade, or this is a market structure demand trade, or a specific playbook, I have no business taking it.
I have a rule: if you cannot journal immediately and you need to think why you are taking it later, don't take it because there is no reason.
There's no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are,
I have no business taking it.
I have a rule: if you cannot journal immediately and you need to think why you are taking it later, don't take it because there is no reason.
There's no reason. Yeah. I'm sure if everybody watching this had Fabio and Carmine next to them and they could tell us why they're taking the trade, it would save a lot of trades that they should not be
You
taking.
make 1/3 of the execution.
Yeah.
But I think this is also because people approach trading as an income method, so they just need to pay the bills at the end of the month, so they force themselves to find opportunity, that ends up in losing money because they are not respecting the model, so they are just gambling.
Yeah, keyword gambling, correct.
Something
The
that's
volume
very
is really low
dangerous.
for the session, so I'm lowering the sensibility of the big trades to 40. That's
Interesting. You do that?
I never do this in New York session if it's not a super choppy day, but as we said in the beginning, 2 days of directional collapse, today I expect the market to be choppy.
Right.
So if I don't see a clean breakout of the top or the bottom, I will prefer to stay out. And I have the top of the cash session that is exactly marked with the top that you were waiting.
Yeah, the 60s.
Yeah, and it's where I should consider engaging in an opportunity.
A fake out or a continuation?
A fake out.
Fake out, yeah. See, now for me, because of there being significant volume directly above the high of day from previous session, I can't consider that move just because of tons of liquidity there.
I don't consider the long because as you see, the delta is empty.
Yeah, it's
Like there is no clean direction. We have buyers at the top completely absorbed, sellers at the bottom completely absorbed. I have a cage. And this is the reason why the breakout of the first 30 minutes or 15 of the session works, because the side that win decide the direction for the day, and finally I can load a lot of trend following setup. And I have.
Can you move this volume profile to the one candle before that drop? Right there.
Here?
Right, yeah. Now, if you extend that to the right, does volume build under here?
Yeah.
So that, to me, see how volume's building and expanding there? To me, that's a little bit of a red flag to transact around there.
I understand.
You know?
I understand. In this area, anything that I see in this area as it is developing now, if I really want to anticipate a breakout, I will do this at the acceptance of the value area I, of
a specific move?
Yeah.
Wow.
If I want to anticipate the squeeze, like I do this one, it's at the clean breakout of this level. But engaging in this cage, it's really a suicide for a scalper.
Are we gonna today?
I don't know. Let's see. If I see enough volume building, I will try to make the sound and load some contract in, and we see if we squeeze.
I think you need that sound in deep charts. When someone clicks buy,
We will make it.
Okay.
We will put.
I will be a customer.
We need to put also your sound. You have something with the community that is really peculiar that you do.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we do. This is just the definition of balance.
This is just the definition of boring. Like, imagine the traders at home. How many traders will not sit on their hands and take 20 stop loss in this range?
Now, I'm going to agree and disagree with that.
You think they can stop?
An experienced trader may strive in these conditions, right? And if an experienced trader may have taken 6 setups right now, but each trade might have been 3 points or 5 points.
Like really,
Very small. And I think having that mentality in a balanced market is the right approach instead of going for a 20-point move or a large move one time.
That this is something that evolves in the first podcast of REITs, but makes sense on the S. If I need to take 3 ticks and have the risk of this squeeze 5 ticks on the Nasdaq,
right?
On the S, yes. On Nasdaq, I never
hard
do
to
this. Yeah. Only at least 20-30 points of movement.
Okay. Yeah, on ES, I go for at least 12 to 15 points, and usually it's about 3 points of risk.
You have a minimum risk to reward that.
I won't take anything under 2 to 1.
13:02
4 to 1, 3.5 to 1. It really depends on my
What
entry
the
and my
date
target.
is
In
that?
volatile
It's
days
the
like this,
13th month in Dubai.
honestly, in volatile days like this, my risk to reward tends to be a little lower because of where my entry is in relation to the order flow, because of how fast it moves. On balanced sessions, when it moves a little slower and I'm catching a nice mean reversal, again, some buying activity coming in.
I see the speed of tape loading.
Yeah.
And the big trades loading. I will just mark one level and see how it engage it, because it seems like
But
an
they're not
anticipation
all
of
day.
the.
And I see a rebid also forming on ESC efficiency. NASDAQ's a little easier because you get the 10, 20, 30 point moves like this. You know, the S&P may take a few minutes depending on the volatility to move up the 10, 12 points that I need.
Consider them reverting.
If this holds and then that breaks, that's a potential entry. And for me, that's nothing now. That's it. Really strong selling.
They didn't even stop at, no, you had the rejection candle here, but then it got eaten back by the sellers. So even my potential buy, it's a crazy risk to reward, but I will not take it now. Because I can see some absorption, but it's total control of the sellers.
See, that's the difference, right? So this goes to show you two different positions. We have the same analysis of this moving up, right?
Yeah.
You taking it because of the volatility on the NASDAQ and you not putting any influence on the previous structure that I have, versus me not trusting the breakout, right? Because I would be going for a larger move. To then, if I was in a position going for a larger move, being in this now drawdown. So it goes to show you two traders that have the same analysis, but different asset and different perspective on that trade.
Yeah.
Stop loss. Small risk. Maybe end.
Taken out by this week. So that's the reason I'm waiting for it to reload the level, and then the idea is back valid, but I need... Okay, it's building what you're saying, It's building the fake out, job check here.
Right, supplement.
Why did they convert gate? If you
get out. Take.
It's been 3 hours. He's down 2,500.
Speaking, like, I can 3-4. I'm happy
3
that
hours
you
ago.
can see also how I manage the position in a day where I don't get paid out, and this is exactly the setup that I would have taken live with the community, or
That's tough. 3 hours. Man, take nothing.
built
That's tough.
on my own.
Oh, no, but it was that. Who's that? VGX. And, what's going on here? Let me see. Some girls, some girls. Protect the market can G. I've seen this guy before. Let's not get into. Bro, I gotta get off this. Snap? Oh, Snap, what's your name? There you go. Ain't nothing. Nothing crazy. Cover everything. Some people I got you, baby. That's so the button. That's a front ride you got. So the button. Quick. Down, up, quick, straight down. It's fine. You would think that would, but it wouldn't though. with the wick. You can see the wick. Tap once, tap twice, wick down. This, oh yeah, that's some bull. Definitely some BS going on here. This breaker right there. And just take that cell down to here. It didn't look terrible, but at the same time, I would have rather put a stop right here. Yeah. So we couldn't even go past that low. I would have rather had that stop right there. Then see that thing once it goes back there. So you continue down over there. That's my momentum. So that was my fault. Should have seen the rejection. Not even specifically from the bebop, just from, you know what I'm saying? And this is a void right, so up, down, that's something that needs to be rebalanced to almost immediately. Definitely would never take this again. Some bull right here. I wouldn't say it's absolutely terrible, but that's a huge wick right there. And as you can see, it gets rebalanced too immediately. Hello. Yeah, so look at that whip. All the way back up to there. So take out that low. So took out that low. Took out that low. And then we started to rebalance the wick. And then we came all the way down to the imbalance. Girl, when you dance, there's some magic that must be love. Out on the floor, there ain't nothing you heard from her. Boom, boom, boom. Girl, when you dance, there's some magic that must be love. Oh. Dang, bro, I watched that whole hour of that stuff. Yes. Yes. Who's trading, so out on the floor, there's ain't nothing you heard. I didn't see that the first time. Girl, when you dance, there's some magic that must be love. So flipped out. Is it low? So that is it low right there. Tap into that. It's like we're expanding. I'm not too sure about that, brother. Do you have that gap right there? What is this? Oh, I'm on new already? I am. Okay. Alright, so a little expanded from that gap. Would I take anything here? Absolutely not. Why? This wick right here. So I know we have them eagle highs right there. Looks nice. We are reacting from this down close candle, which I would love for that to be some sort of wick, but sadly it's not. The weekly at least. So we had that. We got our liquidity sweep. I mean, you can say, you know. Alright, and then I don't really have nothing, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have nothing too smooth right now. These look sexy on silver. Gosh dang. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, as of right now, what I'm looking at here is last up close candle, down move. Right, that greenness. Last up close candle, down move. As you see, always looking for some sales. I was joking, by the way. Nothing I really like here, boys. That looks good. Yeah, I understand. Out on there ain't nothing you heard somewhere. I guess the C is the only thing I'm really looking at, which I even doubt that I even have any sort of reaction because of me wise. But I mean, I don't really know. But use it as a breaker. Yeah, we are. Not too crazy. So let's go down. Girl, when you think is there some magic that must be new? There's no volume in this joint. And so I lied, I guess. Did I lie? Meter rebounds? Okay. Okay. Can we get a meter rebounds out of 15? 15 meter rebounds. Give me some sort of IVT in this bed. I do like it though. Nah, I wouldn't do that right there. Actually, if there's anything I would like to get it from, it'd definitely be this. No doubt in my mind. That's if it is holding that's bearish. And I enter there. Is that good to me? I mean, if we go down, that wick does look kind of vicious. So, okay, again, I don't know who's in control here though. And we had our reaction. I don't know who's ultimately in control. I will say this though. I wouldn't say anything. Here's how. This is exactly what I'm looking at with my own two eyes. It's clear as day. What's going on here? Most clearest thing ever. We can do it that now. And then you can look to see if someone has completed. Who knows? That's a Ferrari gap. That's a Ferrari gap. It's a 4 hour Ferrari gap now. Do we go back into it? Tell you what, if we break out, I'm taking that buy. Or if we break out, I'm taking that buy. Out on the floor, there's ain't nothing you heard sometimes. Girl, when you dance, there's some magic. That must be love. We already had a meter rebounds though. That's what I'm seeing in my. So meter rebounds, don't need to tap into this. I don't know, man. I'ma still look for my sell model or something. I'm just not too sure about this whole thing. It's feeling like a very big chop fest. Such an enclosed already. Outrageous. Had a breakout now. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Nope. Didn't have that breakout completely. Now it's took out that liquidity. We're still within this breaker right here. Might get this fight. What will this do? No, darker color for right now. Out on the floor, there's ain't nothing you heard something. Now, the only thing I'm looking at is now for this bad boy to become a breaker, we start to some price lower. Did you get that? From there, that would be very nice. It's failing, of course. I'm not surprised at all. It's in a big chop. Big chop. Yeah, no. It's looking pretty sad around these price boys, but if I were to guess, I'm taking a buy right here with $1, $25 as risk. Let's see. If I would take a guess. Now that we're inside of super no highs, definitely also taking me a nice sell. Out on the floor, there's ain't nothing you heard sometime. Girl, when you dance, there's some magic. must be love. And 1-to-1. Hit. There you have it. Nice. Is anybody surprised here? Nope, I'm not. Anyway. Yeah, I could have. Pretty easy right there. We're gonna continue this.